Hello, my name is Amanda, and today I'm going to tell you why you should consider getting a pen pal. This is a letter from my pen pal, and I'm going to open it on screen, and I probably won't show you the contents, all of them, because they're personal, but I will show you any stickers or fun things that she puts in there. I've had a pen pal, different pen pals, but I've had pen pals since I was 14 years old. It started with an online friend I made in 2018, and we decided we wanted to write to each other because we were both very artistic at the time. And then it grew from there. I became pen pals with cousins, classmates that moved away, and eventually I found pen pals through an online site. And that's where I found this pen pal. This letter is from the UK. It's really fun because when you get a pen pal, you can send things like letters, but you can also send little magazine cutouts, like here's something. I got this little article from my pen pal. My pen pal is studying film. It's all about finding a pen pal who shares interests with you and also is different enough so you can learn things from each other. Ooh, I also got a poem. Letter writing is a lost art, and honestly, I think these days we don't value as much things like handwriting and physical copies of books and papers and poetry because we can get that all online via PDF, oftentimes free. But there's just something special about having a physical copy of something. First of all, physical copies of things, it makes it more real. You have this material item that you can hold in your hand, and it just has this different kind of sentimental value that I feel we as people crave in some way. Maybe not everyone, but I know a lot of people that just love getting little things from people, and it doesn't have to be grandiose or expensive, but just having material. Another thing about having something physical that is written, like a message or a poem or a photograph, is that it exists in the real world. And sometimes media can get lost online. Things can unexplainably get lost. Storage can fill up. Things accidentally get deleted, and sometimes you can't get those back. Having a physical copy, that doesn't happen. Sure, you can misplace it in the real world, but you have this physical, real-life evidence that this existed. That's something that we should value with important documents like files and birth certificates, social security cards, but it's also something we should value with fun things. So what do you put in a letter? You can put things like stamps, stickers, you can put photographs, Polaroid photos, you can put poetry, book excerpts, magazine cutouts, you can put little pamphlets. For example, my pen pal sent me a little pamphlet to Calico Critters, or where she's from, they're called Sylvanian Families. And then I sent her in turn a pamphlet for Littlest Pet Shops because those are both things that we were into collecting and that reminded us of our childhood. So you can send honestly anything that's paper or anything small. Honestly, you can be really creative too. Sometimes I get things that I wouldn't have ever guessed. I got a necklace before, I've gotten postcards, I've gotten school flyers, I've gotten a train ticket stub. You can make it fun with stationery, or my favorite, making it fun with the envelope. I had a pen pal that used to watercolor every envelope that they sent me. I like to use wax seal stamps on my envelopes so that way they look rustic, and I got this wax seal stamp with the letter A for Christmas from one of my friends, so I stamp it with some red wax so it looks like something out of like the 17th century. It's really, really fun. Also, it's good to practice handwriting. I realize I only ever write when I'm writing notes for school. I feel like just writing a letter makes you feel refreshed. It makes you feel this human connection. Does that make sense? I don't know how to describe it, but it makes me feel whole. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel so excited to go to the mailbox and wonder, did my pen pal send me something? What did they send me? What will the envelope look like? What did they write about? How's their day been? It's really fascinating getting to know somebody through their letters. I think that it's a really nice way to get to know somebody that you would never have gotten to know otherwise because they're in a different state or a different country, and they just seem so far away, and their life is totally different than yours because the culture's different where they live. There's just so many different communities and types of people in this world that you never ever interact with other than online. And having a pen pal gives you the opportunity to interact with somebody completely different from you, but also the same in different ways via the mail. My first pen pal was from another state. I had 1 or 2 other pen pals that were from other states as well. My current pen pal is from another country, and both of us really enjoy reading. We have very similar taste in books. She's given me great recommendations, but she's studying film and I'm studying theater, so we have some similarities there, but also some differences. England's known for their theater, Southern California is known for their film, but here we are doing the opposite. And so it's very interesting to learn about what life is like for someone my age in England studying a similar topic. So how do I get a pen pal? I want one, but where do I go to find one? Well, I found my current pen pal through a pen pal website. Please, please, please make sure it's legit and do your research before. Another way, like I said, I found one of my pen pals through Instagram. Be safe while making friends online. Obviously, if you are younger, you should not reach out to random strangers online. When I did make my first pen pal, I was a teenager. I will admit, I was old enough to be on the internet, but I was a teenager. So I had to be careful. If you do want to be pen pals with an online friend, make sure that you're old enough, make sure that you have talked to your parents about it. If you're not, make sure that you don't put yourself in an unsafe situation. And another way is maybe you have a friend that moved away. I've been pen pals with friends in the past where they were from California, which is where I'm from, but then they moved to the East Coast or they moved to the Midwest and I wanted to stay in contact, so I thought that would be a fun way to do so. It could be a family member. I used to write to my cousin who lived far away from me for a year. You can think of so many different people that are just far from you that you want to know more about their lives, that you don't see them that often. So what do I write in a letter? Well, I usually start off by telling them about my week, my day, something I did that was kind of exciting. It could be something grandiose like, I went to Hollywood last weekend. Or it could be something mundane like, hey, I really enjoyed my English class the other day. Something I'd like to do with all of my pen pals is at the end of the letter, we put a question and answer thing where I ask them 4 to 5 questions, and then I answer 4 to 5 questions that they asked me in the previous letter. For example, like, what's your favorite season? Or do you have any siblings? You can do fun ones like, what's your favorite snack? But you can also do more personal, existential questions like, what's your greatest fear? Or tell me about a time you were embarrassed. You can include your favorite songs at the moment. Another thing you can do is send them a sample of what you're working on in school. I've sent poetry or little excerpts of essays that I'd written on a topic that I knew my pen pal was interested in. Another great tool for finding things to write about or things to send your pen pal is Pinterest. I found so many really cool inspirational posts on Pinterest about prompts or fun little items to send. I recommend Pinterest. Pinterest, sponsor me, please, 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 please. That is my case as to why you should get a pen pal. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have an awesome day, an awesome week, an awesome month while you're at it. I mean, why not? Why not? I'm gonna watch Gravity Falls.